you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable. Yes, we are in transition here. If you're watching us on YouTube or on Broadway World or at the Broadway Podcast Network, as we move, as we get our furniture, as we get our life together here, it's another episode. We have a star. Y'all, there's a star on tonight's show. I think everyone in the whole entire world is following her on Instagram, streaming her music, literally been putting out music and movies and as an artist. So we're going to have a real talk because, we love a multifaceted, multi-hyphenate. You got to do a lot of things in this business to keep it going. And our next guest does a little bit of it all. I was singing the song when I was just talking to her. It is so catchy. There's a remix. It's streaming now. It's climbing up the AC chart. And I've been singing, oh, my, yes, come on, Shani.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, I love it so much.
Congratulations. I can't get it out of my head.
Yay, thank you. That was the whole point, like earworm.
We need that earworm. Well, you did it. You succeeded very well
Thank you.
at making it happen. The pictures, the single, the whole thing is out right now, and you could stream it. You could stream, oh my. You could stream it wherever music is heard. So wherever you listen to music, all you have to do is search your name or look for it, and it's there. Tell us about the song.
Oh man, so the song, well, okay, so truth be told, because we're dishing here, right? So this was basically during COVID, and if you remember that whole like lockdown time, and we're all just feeling miserable and all of that. But at the same time, I was like, okay, I gotta get on with it. I gotta be creative. I gotta do stuff, and I have a studio in my house. So, I was with my husband. I think we probably had a dinner and a glass of wine, or I don't know what cocktail, who knows what we did. We were trying to like feel good about our life. And this is how songwriting happens. I'm just like walking through the hall and I heard that exactly what you just did. I heard it in my head. And I raced. I was like, what is this? What is this? So I raced and I put it on my voice memo because that's how I do that. That's how I songwrite. Basically, a lot of times it comes in like little waves. And I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I like it. And I couldn't get rid of it. Just couldn't let it go. And then one thing led to another. And I started working with my collaborator, Orbel. And here we are.
And here we are. And now it's out. So you can stream it. You can go to the website as well, shanimusic.com, if you want more information, all the albums, because it's not just this is not your first rodeo here in this business. And you can also go to Instagram. It's your name on the Instagram, Shani. If you're listening to us on the podcast network, just look below and you'll find the link. You have such a fascinating career because if this is true, you're from Arkansas.
Yes.
But you have toured this world and you have put out music in different languages, that help different religious, political leaders. You've been, if you look you up, the first thing that people talk about is the humanitarian causes that you've used. You've used your art to make the world a better place. That's, the Middle East and India and Europe and Asia is a far away from Arkansas. So what is your journey? How did this all happen?
Indeed. Well, this little girl from Arkansas suddenly became a citizen of the globe, right? That's what happened. And it came through my touring, my moving to LA and kind of being that little fish out of water. And I had that Southern accent and I was, that kid. But if you remember those back in the day, I'm going to date myself a little bit, but there was like something called after school specials. And, and there were always stories of kids going through something. So I was that kid walking through school with the books and her head down and like, so shy and uncomfortable being a fish out of water. But I had to get over that too. I had to realize I'm in the big city. I came here to do my thing and I absorbed a lot of cultural influences. And I was invited to sing in a nightclub that happened to be with some very high level exiled Middle Eastern musicians. Kind of creating their new life again in America as well as exiles, but they were rather famous. And I was invited to kind of sing American music, but I developed this, intimate connection with these new rhythms and sensual melodies that I hadn't been exposed to before. And it was a combination of all of that put me on the path.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it's kind of like a divine universal.
Completely. That's why if you do this sounds really, I don't want to be hokey, but it's like if you do a vision board or you visualize things or whatever those things that people do, it's very, very important to always have that element of surprise, that element of allow things to come to you. Don't be so fixated on this is my path, I will not deter, because the universe has other ideas sometimes, that can enhance.
Yes, truly. Well, we live in crazy times where lots of countries are at war. We as a United States are quite divided in our thoughts.
Yes.
It's a divisive time. And I'm sure you've gone to a lot of countries that we are here on the news and we talk about in lots of places that are, but somehow in my corny, universal spiritual heart, I think that art and music is the most universal language, no matter what religion, no matter where you live, no matter who you love. Music brings people together. What has music meant to you in terms of healing or bringing together community?
I couldn't have said it better than you just did. That's really what it is. I mean, we have common ground when it comes to art and music and culture and food. And it's those things that really bring people together. And I figured if I could be influenced by this international music, not being familiar with the language, couldn't I be a bridge? Couldn't I be a bridge? And fortunately they adopted me and allowed me to do it, so it takes both sides to make that work.
That's what I was going to say to you. You're not a native, like some of the music you're associated with, you don't.
No, I don't speak the language. I'm I don't want to say I'm a white girl because that sounds so silly, but it's like I am a amalgamation of multi-generational Americans. So I don't have this lineage to some of these languages I'm singing in. People might think my grandmother is this or my, no. And they see my parents and they're like, oh, they're Caucasian. They're like, American, watered down, Arkansans, if you will. So yeah, I mean, that's it. But I feel like I'm kind of an old soul in that respect. I mean, because otherwise it's like, why me, right? Why I was exposed to these things, but why did I gravitate? Something made me feel connected and like it became a mission to do this and sort of be this bridge. And again, I wouldn't have written my story that way if you had asked me, but now I consider it like the hugest privilege ever.
What? Absolutely. And we need it more than ever. So if you're moved and you want to know more about this, we got to go to the website and link and listen to the music. Now, some of your songs are very inspiring. This song is just, I called it an earworm. You called it an earworm. It's going to get infectiously stuck in your head. When you put on a show, when you do a show here or overseas, what is your audience? Like, are we just everybody? Is it people?
It's an everybody thing. I mean, so that's such an interesting question because, as a performer, you go where you're invited to go and we don't see color. We don't see, it's like, you are my audience. Thank you. And I just want to give you my best. But it does depend on who's inviting me because I know what maybe they're hoping for. And so you try to cater the show to be, a lot of what they want it to be, what they're hoping it to be. Because I know as an audience member myself, when I go see somebody, I want to hear the tunes I want to hear, So you kind of have to customize it that way. And if it's an international audience, I explain to them that this is my upcoming stuff and I really want to try it out on you guys. And then it means the world when they feel it, even though they may not be, it might be a genre that's not something that they're completely used to.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's amazing. You're literally over your shoulder is quite the collection of awards.
Oh. This is a studio, so
and fancy. Like, look at it. When your head moves, there's just a plethora of awards there. What the industry reaction, if it's Hollywood, if it's Walk of Fames and award shows and movies and soundtracks and sold out concerts and perform. What do you ever have a moment? Are you someone who ever gets in touch with the idea that this journey took you from Arkansas to around the world? And how do you sit and take that all in after that?
I honestly, Robert, I know it's been said before, but I sometimes just feel like I'm just getting started, and I'm grateful for that feeling because I look back and I'm like, wow, that was like then. Wow, it goes like this. And I still wake up in the morning committed to doing new things. And I don't feel like I've done enough, you know? And so, yeah, I might look at accomplishments and go, that was incredible. But I'm also looking at next week and the things that I'm trying to knock this out, you know? And I think you always have that feeling of, am I going to fail? Am I going to get it? Is it going to work? This album I just put out was something that I wanted to do for so long. It's like a throwback to my roots of the music I listened to growing up that was in my household. And I never really got to do it. You know, my trajectory went other ways and people's commercial music went other ways. And I was like, I don't care. This is what I'm doing now. And I hope people like it. And so when they do, that's the biggest compliment ever. And so that's what I'm trying to chase now is what is my instinct leading me to, combined with, again, an open mind with when other people present cool things to me, then I'm like, let's go.
Well, we talked about the single, Oh My, we talked about, but the album, in the entire album, if you're watching us, you can stream a big old hole, the moon knows, also streaming where music is. You said it's kind of a throwback. There's 12 songs. It's probably a great Friday night, order some takeout, get a glass of wine, have a night on the couch, kind of a moment. Mm-hmm. I always say I love music that I could vacuum the floor to and bop along to. How do you describe the whole experience from beginning to end?
Super feel good. I hope that's like the first 4 tracks are feel good. And you want to, it kind of throws you back to the days of disco and but it's organic and I tried to make the vocal arrangements fun and soulful, and yet there's some thought-provoking tunes in there. The Moon Knows, the title track, is a very serious topic, but it's not presented in a serious way. So I mean, there's little gems in there I hope that people will find a connection to, that maybe they go, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about. I've got another one called Don't, which is about a person finding their own voice and letting the person on the other end know, I'm not the same girl that you think I was, or I'm not the same person. So, there's a lot of personal stuff I put in there, but I really wanted the music to feel good. If you want to listen to the lyrics, you want to follow the message, great. But I hope you feel good when you're listening to the record.
And that's what we need. We need some good, feel good music out here for sure. Yes. Well, you could stream it, and the website is there, and the Instagram page, look below, and you can find all that information for us. Amazing. Do you love to get on stage? I know you're in a studio right now, but are you a studio rat, or are you like, let's pack a bag and let's put on a show? It's the struggle, I think, of every artist. It is. It's not just my struggle. Right before I sat down to do this interview with you, I had to make a choice because I was being asked to go to Europe to do something. And I'd kind of already obligated myself to something else here. And it was like, shoot, what am I going to do? But that's how our business works. And sometimes you have to wear this hat and you're in production mode, which is quiet, or you're like talking about the work you've done, which is what we're doing here. And then you have to go out and play. I typically, though, will play year round. Like, I don't go out on a tour for 6 months and back. So I kind of had so far a luxury in that it kind of keeps all going. But yeah, without being able to see people groove into the music, like, what's the point? You need to see that. Yes. You have to. The energy has to be electric. Yes. And that's why if we want to stay up to date with you and tour dates and where you're going to be, I'm sure your website, Instagram, all of that is the best.
Yes. We always announce where we're going to be.
I know I'm obsessed with your room that you're in right now. over your shoulder, there's a Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Good eye.
Oh, I can spot that. Hold on.
Love it. I love it that you got that.
Where is it? And do you ever go to it?
So, truth be told, it's not mine. It's my husband's.
Your husband.
Yeah.
Will you brag on him for a little while?
Of course. When you were talking about the awards a minute ago, I almost almost went there, but I didn't want to. I know I see it now that it's right over my, it's over my head. Andy Madadian, his name is Andy Madadian, and he goes by Andy, and he's a very famous international singer. He got the star in end of 2019, just before the COVID lockdown. So thank God he was able to get that moment, and for a lifetime of, he's a humanitarian as well, and I've learned many things from him as well. And so we're super proud to have that. The star is on right across the street from the Dolby Theater.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah.
smack right in the smack of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And if I'm ever in LA, I'll bring some Windex and a little Swiffer.
Exactly.
I'll take care of the family star.
I love it.
What is your connection to film? What is this? And there's a movie that we could be watching on Amazon Prime right now that you're connected to. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I mean, so Dark Asset. It's called Dark Asset. It's on Amazon Prime now, and I call it like a cool indie spy thriller. I say indie because it was made with an independent group of producers. It's now released in the world, but I'm a producer on it, and I'm in the movie. I play a kind of, I can't tell you too much, but I play a very mysterious spy, and I did the theme song for the movie. So I was like all over this thing with my thumbprints, which took forever because of COVID and a lot of delays. But I'm really proud of it because it was a group of friends that started out with like, hey, here's an idea to do this thing. And the person with the original idea, Terry, was a friend who said, what if we did something about, she had this idea for doing something about putting a chip in people's heads. And now you look and you see what Elon Musk is working on. If you're aware of that, that's already happening in real life. So 6 years back, when these were just discussions, who would have known that we'd be here this quickly? But we really wanted to have strong female characters. And so that was a very important part of the script process, making sure that held true. But it's also just a fun, clever, the lead character, Byron Mann, is kind of a James Bond, but on a different level. You'll know when you see what I mean by that. He's slick, but he's also gritty and a great fighter.
Oh, well, you just stole that. I mean, you working on this 6 years ago, it's like fiction becomes reality.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it's going to touch on a lot of hot topics that we all are talking about in the AI and the way the world works. So that's available right now. It's out already.
It's out. Came out about a month and a half ago.
So listen, if you're listening to us right now, why are you not going to go order a pizza Friday night and listen to the album while you have some wine and have pizza or whatever you eat, and then watch the movie, and then Amazon Prime and hang out? And
and the song that ends the movie is on my album. So there you go. That'll be like your little full circle.
I love it. I'm here. I'm someone who has to buy a whole outfit off the rack. So I like a date night that's already planned out for me as well. Just tell me what to eat, what to listen to, what to watch. We're done. We took care of it for you. And we talked a little bit about the world, but is there any parting words that you have that you hope art, that your music, that humanity in general? You've traveled the world, you've sung for many people, you have been a part of many different causes. What have you learned that we all can use a little more of nowadays?
Just remember that deep down, we all want the same things. We all want to feel good. We all enjoy spending time, as you said, with those kind of nights with your loved ones, whatever they look like, whatever their skin tone, whatever nobody cares about that. It's that our human commonalities are so much deeper than we really realize. And if we can just find those areas that unite us, hopefully music, and as I said before, art, culture, food, we don't need all this division. We really don't.
Well, amen to that. And the album is out now. The Moon Knows is out now. You can stream it wherever music is heard. You can stream Oh My. That's my pick. That's a jam. It's in my head, and it's
love it. Thank you.
We can follow on Instagram. I will be following and sending love. And, you know, our show is your show anytime. We love what you're doing. We love the work. And let's stream it because this song is like a bullet on the AC chart. So as you hit, we're going to bring it all the way up to #1. Thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you, Robert. So much fun.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.